Hello, it's been a long time coming. And oh my gosh, my poor YouTube channel, my poor baby. I just haven't been nurturing it like I should. And that's okay though, because this time around I have lots more time on my hands. I've been feeling the energies that I've been really working with. I feel like I could do anything. And I just felt like I wasn't ready. You know, I'm very heavy on following intuition. And sometimes you're not ready, okay? Sometimes you have to go through phases and initiations of life and experience, and then you can say like, okay, I'm ready. But I'm back. My name is Brene Chapman Buchanan, and today what I want to talk to you all about is some energies that I've been playing with lately. Now this video, it will be a little triggering. By no means do I intentionally mean to trigger people. Essay victims. I'm an essay victim, but I'm doing this for a reason, okay? So I really do hope that people can follow through this video. And with the intention of having an open mind for healing and possibly helping someone else. So this video is about sex appeal and seduction and sensuality. So lately, I have been playing with those energies a lot. I knew from early childhood that I was a very vibrant being, I should say. I do feel that children still carry sexual energy, and the only problem with that is it gets exploited by people who don't understand sexual energy, and it's not always about sex, you know. Sexual energy is very potent. Sexual energy is the creative force that creates all of life from the cosmic womb. And children specifically, to me, they are very pure. And here's a for sure sign that they have lots of, sexual energy. Chi, life force, Shakti. They just are. They're very creative. They're very spontaneous. This energy is more to be felt than explained. It's really hard for me to explain. Just they have this energy, and this is why people are so attracted and magnetized towards babies and children. It's because of that life force energy. They're new on this earth, so they have lots of life force energy. I think, of course, it's a dash of innocence, the innocence of childhood, the fact that they need to be protected. But that Shakti energy also has to be protected as well. So that's what gravitates people towards them, to protect them. And some are gravitated towards them to harm them because they are depleted of this energy, and the only way for them to get it, or they feel like they can only get it through control and taking, unfortunately, which I will be diving into later. As far as me as an adult, my sexual energy, I would say, was a bit repressed. Not only was I confused about my sexuality because I had been sexually attacked at such a young age, it confused me. Um, Many other factors in my life, you know, trauma, other traumas besides sexual trauma, um, really suppressed who I really was as a person, you know, a woman, growing into a woman. I'll give you an example. This might seem a little surface level for you all, but for me, it's not. Makeup. I started getting into makeup, I would say around 9. I would, you know, try to steal my mom's stuff, and I would try to take her eyebrow razors and shave my eyebrows, and I thought they looked nice. And I felt very pretty. I used to, from the ages of like 4 and 5, I used to get like these silk scarves wrapped around my head, and I would like dance in circles, and I would call myself like a gypsy or a goddess. Mind you, I didn't know where these terms came from. I never really watched any movies that had like gypsies and goddesses in it, but I feel like I was like naturally a goddess. And I knew, I had a knowing that it was something with me that was different. And that kind of got squashed, you know, by society. I was bullied a lot. I was bullied from, I would say, up to the point of my freshman year of high school. I was excluded a lot. Trust me, I know what it feels like to be excluded, isolated. The weird one, the one that is the odd one, that, you know, that nobody really talks to, the one that they think is mean or stuck up, whatever. The poor one, trust me, I know. But I always had this very potent sexual energy about me. And whenever I tried to explore these expressions of that, those creative, and okay, makeup, right? Makeup may seem surface level to a lot of people, but it's an energy behind it. Well, especially with a child, because it's pure, it's genuine. You know, I love my face. Don't get me wrong, but it felt good just doing that, you know. And then the after results also felt good. So the process of doing the makeup felt good to me. It was an expression of me. But you know, my mom, I got in big trouble for that. You know, I couldn't do a lot, you know. And then she did allow me to paint my nails, and I like red on my nails. I love the color red on my nails. And my old daycare provider, she told me I had to take it off. She said she wouldn't allow it in her house because it was Jezebel color. And I'm like, I didn't understand what a Jezebel was. I just knew that she deemed it as bad, you know, and I figured the color red was bad. But, you know, I did express, I would say, my sexual energy, my creative life force by crafting things and all of that, but I couldn't really truly embody like growing into like a developing teenager. I had to like, I mean, of course, you should dress with some class, but I wasn't able to like show that I'm a girl. You know, I felt like I couldn't pick out my own clothes. I couldn't pick out my own hairstyles that I preferred. So it just really like suffocated me, and I wanted to have my own expression of like what it felt like to be transitioning into like girlhood and then womanhood, you know. Even my gestures, you know, certain body movements and gestures were deemed as disrespectful to the adults around me. I can't speak with too much bass or, you know, assertiveness, or it was deemed as disrespectful. So it really makes you shrink, you know, as it really does. It makes you shrink. And it's 2024 and it's transitioning into 2025, and I decided I no longer wanted to live like that. Seduction, self-intimacy, all of those things are so important. And who teaches us these things? Like, who? You don't really see these things except on TV. You don't really see these things unless you have like a really old grandma who still, likes to jazz herself up and whatnot. But women nowadays, they don't really take care of themselves anymore, or like really embody a sexual being, a sensual being, an intimate woman, right? And what I mean by intimate, right? When people think of intimacy, and I still do to this day, like when I think of the word intimacy, I think of like roses and deep nights and sex and shit like that. Cool. But the real meat and potatoes, I'm telling you, is intimacy with self. So I'm not gonna get into too many details, but one thing that I am grateful for is, before I lost my virginity, I did experience what it was like to explore myself first. I was a growing teenager discovering, myself, and I was curious. And I'm grateful for that, because most people's first intimate moment is with another being, like sexually, it's with another being. And while intimacy is way more than sexual sex, I think like knowing the depths of who you are inside and out before presenting yourself to another is so important, because you need that grounded sense of self. You need that oh God, it's the feeling that I feel right now is circulating my body. Like, I can't even really like put it into words, Give it up for my skin, y'all. This is what intimacy does. This is what I got, this little, it's just a little bump, but I don't wear foundation, y'all. I'm telling y'all, intimacy is the real beauty. So if you're ugly, it's because you're choosing to be. You want to be. Anyway, let me stick to the topic. Anyway, what motivated me to start getting into like this whole intimacy, sensuality stuff is because, first of all, I got invited to something, and it's private, very exclusive and private, but we really explore the depths of intimacy with self. And some people think that, oh, just because I go to bars and I eat by myself all the time, I go here by myself all the time, that don't mean that you're. Sorry for that little hiccup, but back to what I was saying with the whole, when people be like, oh, I go to bars by myself all the time, and that doesn't mean that you're having an intimate experience. I used to go out by myself because I thought I was doing something. I thought, oh, I can hang by myself. I do it all the time. And it still felt awkward. It still felt like I was seeking somebody to come sit with me, or like I was seeking for something to happen, for a guy to come over and come talk to me, for somebody to buy me a drink or something like that. And, while those things are nice, I wasn't really indulging in myself and me just being the observer of the life that's going on within me and outside of me. So for me to practice intimacy, this is what I do. My first practices are, when I first start my day, what makes me feel the most beautiful is you are statements instead of I am statements. Because, hear me out, when you were growing up, you know, your parents, they referred to you, they said, you are this, you are that, you are obnoxious, you are funny, you are beautiful, you're smart, you're a shithead, you're an asshole, you know, even if it was fucked up, that's what they refer to you as, you are this, right? So that is really what's ingrained within you, not I am. I do think you will be able to get to that point, but I think you are is more of your higher self talking to you, and then your vessel is absorbing that. Try it. Try it. Say, I am beautiful right now. And then close your eyes and say, you are beautiful. And say that to, you know, your heart space, or your vessel. You feel it. You feel it. Comment below if you get what I'm saying. Comment below if you've had the same experience that I just described. That embodiment. And keep trying it. Look in the mirror and say these things. You are so amazing. You are beautiful. You are abundant. You are this. You are that. You want to start off with that. Second thing, be sexy. You know, the whole little story that I was telling you all earlier with me being suppressed with my sexuality and growing into being a teenager and then a woman, that was suppressed for me because I didn't have permission. I didn't have permission to evolve and grow into my sexuality, you know. That's why I was so fucking stiff all the time. Like the way that I spoke, the way that I acted, the way that I walked, the way that I held myself, I was so stiff because it just seemed like every move that I did offended somebody. It just seemed like I had to be perfect all the time. I had to be poised all the time. I had to be, oh God, my energy was so stagnant back then. I couldn't even truly enjoy, truthfully, I didn't start truly enjoying sex until maybe like last year, coming into this year, because I feel free. I feel released and free of movements. Like, I don't have to be stiff if I don't want to. I can move like water. I can move how it feels, how good it feels to me. That's intimacy to me. That is sensuality and sexuality, like being free and flowy. That kind of like wraps it all in one to me. Another thing that's very intimate to me is I try to see everything from an artist's eye. I am an artist, by the way, so I'm gravitated towards beauty anyway. I'm gravitated towards quality items. I'm gravitated towards aesthetics. I love antiques. I love ballets, music, art exhibits. As you can see, I'm listening to some piano jazz right now. I'm 25. A lot of people are really shocked that I'm into these things, but it feeds me. It feels electrifying. And now that I'm an adult, I get to surround myself with beauty every single day. There's beauty around you right now. I guarantee it. Say if beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. This goes deeper than physicality. It goes deeper than that. Like these stacks, the stack of books that I'm looking at right now, right? How many photographs have you seen or paintings have you seen with people that just decided they wanted to take a picture or do a painting of a stack of books? And that's considered art. I beautify everything. mindsets, opinions. I beautify it. It's beautiful when somebody is expressing to me the universe that's going on with inside of them, the experiences that are going on inside of them. That is beautiful. That is beautiful to me because I'm choosing to see it as beautiful. Like even me washing dishes, you know, I got an antique teapot. What is it? Betty something, a Betty pot, and I got like a charcuterie board and stuff like that. And to me, it looks like an aesthetic of like, you know, everyday life in the kitchen. You know, I try to look at things as like a painting, and I try to surround myself with beauty as well. If you cannot afford what you perceive as beauty, you can still surround yourself by it. There are museums, there are shows, jazz clubs, and sorry, these braces. Oh my God, I can't wait to get them off. I adjust very well. I've been through some shit. Okay, I've been through a lot. And I think what has helped me survive everything is I still found beauty in something. I still was able to pick up a piece of paper and write down my feelings. I was still able to make something beautiful. I was still able to get up and get dressed and throw some lashes on, do my eyebrows, do my hair. I still mustered up enough energy to do something for myself. Because beauty is important to me. I'm sorry. People be like, oh, you shouldn't be materialistic. Fuck you, because I can be spiritual and materialistic at the same time. I wouldn't just put on this earth just to be sitting here meditating all damn day and levitating and shit. Okay? And I meditate and I do all of that. But I was put on here to experience all the beauty on this earth. The good and the bad. So it really is about your perspective. Next topic. Be sexy. Like I said, like when you think of sexy people or your sexiness, bring that shit out. Like be the person who you're so scared to be. Like be your body movements. Like fuck who it offends. It might offend your parents. If you feel like you want to talk more slowly, or you know you want to move with a little bit more swaying your hips, you want to start wearing more fitted dresses, and you know, if that's what makes you feel sexy, I'm telling you that energy is it magnetizes your manifestations like 100 times better, because it's sexual energy. That's like sexual energy being exuded from you, and it magnetizes whatever you want. My videos keep cutting off because I ain't got no storage. I got way too much stuff in my phone. But you know, be into yourself. Like really, like with the whole you are statements, you know, really feel yourself and don't be shy about this shit. Don't hold back. And you know, oh God, like all my life I had been taught to hold back, and from the dirty looks that I've gotten from other women and you know this and that, it really made me like a shell of a woman, and it closed me up, and it made me like not want to show my beauty, and I would walk stiff and I would keep my head forward so I don't attract attention and this and that. Fuck that shit now. Fuck that. I am beautiful. I am like a fucking swan, and I deserve to be seen. I don't care who I offend. I am a fresh breath of air. I'm gonna take up space. I'm gonna sway my hips. I'm gonna flip my hair. I'm gonna talk my shit, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. You should have, I'm telling you, feel yourself. That is intimate. Hype yourself up. Give yourself permission. You don't need You don't really necessarily need permission to light those candles. Like, I'm telling you, when you really start zoning into yourself and what you want, and what you prefer, what makes you, what beautifies your space, your whole world changes. And let me tell you how. The things that you indulge in now, the trifling shit that you do now, the people that you have around you who you really don't fucking like, and you know you don't like, but you still have them around, you really gonna start like, this is really fucking with my intimate experience. This is really like, this isn't beautiful to me. This isn't a beautiful experience. It doesn't make me feel good. Once you really start doing what makes you feel good as a woman and start, like, I'm telling you, just from you zoning into yourself and doing exactly what you think other people should be doing for you, you really gonna start being picky. You really gonna start being like that. I don't want to say the word, because I don't really refer to myself as the B word, but I'm just gonna say it, that bitch. This applies to men too. When you really start diving into yourself, like, I be kissing the mirror. I'm not finna wait on nobody to give me no damn hug. If I feel like I need a hug and there's nobody around me to give me no hug, I'm gonna hug myself, and it's gonna feel good. And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, you are loved. You are comforted. You are okay. I'm not waiting on nobody to do shit. I've waited way too long for people to give me this and give me that. And it was ultimately disappointing. And I think that's what God and the universe and my ancestors have been trying to show me in my higher self all along. Not saying that, you can't expect these good treatment from people, but it starts with you first. You are the one. You are the creator of your universe. You are the creator of your experiences. Each and every experience that you go throughout the day, you can beautify that shit. You can turn it into a desirable experience. Sorry. It's up to you. I'm not gonna lie. My kids, sometimes I have two. Sometimes they stress me out, and I be thinking, look, I'm just honest, okay? If you can't deal with honesty on this channel, then it's not the one for you. But sometimes I have thoughts like, damn, I can't wait till they get to a certain age so where they can start doing this and that by themselves. And I stop myself. You wanna know why? Because not that I ignored that feeling, but I told myself, you can still choose to be happy in this moment. You don't have to wait for them to grow up to be happy in this moment. And I was like, damn, you're right. You're right. And I'm telling you, when you really start beautifying your life and you look at everything as beautiful, including yourself, like, let me show y'all a little something. I got stretch marks. You can't see them through this, but I haven't been to the gym in a little minute, so I'm getting a little pudge right there. Body still body-odying, but I have stretch marks right here. I have 2 children, and they used to really, 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 really bother me. I would just look in the mirror every time, and I would just like do one of these, ignoring all of the other features and beautiful features that I have. But let me give you a tip. Now, this tip is not to, like, I'm still gonna get my stomach fixed. Don't get it twisted. And I'm gonna get me some cha-chas because I had some nice ones before I had children. But don't get it twisted. This isn't to necessarily put a band-aid on your true feelings and make you, just totally ignore like the fact that you want to change. No. But this will help you not charge it with negative energy. You can still want change without having a negative perspective about it. So when I see my stretch marks, I would just be like, oh, I hate them. Like, this is ruining my bikini. This is like fucking up my whole outfit. I'm dead serious. But now I look in the mirror, butt booty naked. And remember, y'all, remember that tip I gave y'all earlier with observing things through art. Those of you who have taken art classes and you draw, you paint, you know, you create, you're gonna get what I'm talking about. Instead of paying attention to the problem, pay attention to like the lines and the gradients and the different colors, the texture, the shapes, and pay attention to that. Observe that from an artistic point of view. When I say, I use the word artistic because, say if you're going to an art gallery, right, and you see this sculpture and it looks a bit scary, it might not be appealing to you, but people still are fascinated by this piece of art and they still refer to it as art because it, first of all, it's respectful to the artist. Second of all, it's more than just being appealing. It's about the gradients and the textures, the colors, the mindset of that person who decided to create this piece at that time. Like, ooh, I wonder what they were going through when they created this piece. Like, what type of emotions were they feeling when they created this piece? That is what you call awareness. And I'm sure you've heard of it before. I'm sure you've heard of this term before. I'm sure you've heard of being the observer of your life, being the witness, the awareness. But it's like, okay, what the fuck does that really mean, you know? And it's when you're in an awareness state, you're not necessarily putting positive energy into it, and you're not necessarily putting negative energy into it. Like, I could look at my stretch marks and be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Don't do that shit, because it feels fake, for one. Oh, those are those balloons up there. I know it's balloons up there. Anyway, two, when you charge it with negative energy, that's not necessarily productive. So it's like you want to be in that neutrality by just looking at it like, oh, those colors, those browns and those lines and, you know, those dots on my face. If you got freckles, whatever the fuck, look at it from that point of view. And eventually you might just see it as beautiful. I used to hate my nose. I used to hate how, you know, social media nowadays, kind of everybody kind of looks the same. So I figured I had to have that skinny like Barbie nose. And I still think they're cute. But instead of me just, you know, looking at my nose charged with negative energy and disgust, I just decided to like look at all of the colors and the shininess of my nose, the right here, how it's like light and then it transitions to dark, and you know, I pay attention to very intricate details. And it, with me being an observer, oh my God, it doesn't give me time to judge. It doesn't give me time to judge those aspects about myself. I'm just observing them. I'm telling you, try it. I hope that was digestible for you all. This isn't, like I said, make those changes that you want to change, but do it from a place of like neutrality and excitement at the same time. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited to get this boob job. I'm so excited to get my stomach snatched, instead of, you know, ooh, I've been waiting and it's time to get rid of this shit, you know. Chill. You gotta chill a little bit, because you're gonna manifest you're still gonna manifest negative feelings about yourself. Nothing is ever gonna be good enough for you, you know. I make every experience with me intimate. Like the way that I choose to sit in a very sensual way because it feels good to me. It makes me feel like a fucking goddess. the way that I cross my legs, the way that I put my lotion on my body, and the body oils that I put, the way that I spray my perfume. I don't do this and this. No, it looks fucking stupid. And then you're rubbing it all away. That's why it don't last long. You're only supposed to spray and leave it. Spray and leave it, and it should last you all day. You know, if it's good perfume, it should last you all day. Yeah, and that's another thing. Stop buying like stupid shit. Get you a few quality pieces, necessary things that you need. You know, everybody should have business attire clothes, professional yet sexy clothes, fitted clothes. Oh my god, these braces make it really hard to talk, and I've had them for like 7 months now. It still is difficult sometimes. Beautify yourself in literature, philosophy, art. You know, I love urban novels. I love self-help books. I love, what else do I like to read? I read a lot of like medicinal books and you know, shit like that. But it's beauty and other things as well. Right now I'm reading Afro-American folklore. I got Judge Judy's book, Beauty Fades, Dumb is Forever. So I'm reading that right now. I'm reading Interstellar, some universal shit about the stars and shit like that. I got a book from Bill Cosby that I got on my desk. Hold on, guys. Mommy duties. Anyway, but yeah, guys, so that's what I meant by, like, you know, if you're ugly, it's because you're choosing to be. Like, it's so much beauty that you can like just stuff within yourself like a fucking Build-A-Bear. And you know, you're choosing to have these ugly ass coffee mugs, and you're choosing to keep those ripped up holy ass panties and shirts, and you're choosing not to go to ballets, and you're choosing not to surround yourself by beautiful people. You're choosing not to see the beauty within yourself and your life. So if you're not beautiful, then what are you? If you're not surrounded by beauty, what are you? You know, I don't want to hear that, you know, you're not in an environment that isn't beautiful. Most environments aren't aesthetically pleasing. They're just like average homes and shit like that. But you're gonna find something. Go on Eventbrite and go look up an event, or join some clubs. You know, they have, you know, YMCAs and stuff like that have a multitude of activities for you to do. Archery. I love archery. I love I want to get into hunting, and I'm interested into a lot. Like, I'll be forgetting most of the time. I'm gonna have me a motorcycle next year, you know, type shit. But you know, design something, you know, even if you're going to Goodwill or a consignment store and you see a beautiful vase, or an antique store, I'm telling you, you think they're expensive? No, they're not. I have a 1920 candle holder, real silver, and I only got it for $12. It's not really about the price for me. I could care less about how much I paid for something, but it's about the quality and how long it's gonna last me, and the fact that this is of value, because it's an energy. Energy melts into everything else. You don't think that with that piece being in my home, it's not gonna bring me more abundance? Be for real. Be for real. I would rather wait. I would rather not have something than to have something of poorer quality, unless it's like I need to go to work and I need a car now. You know, okay, that's different. But shit that you can like really truly wait for, then like, come on now, you know. Just stop getting little cheap stuff to replace voids. Even people, stop dealing with people to feel voids, knowing you're cheapening your intimate experience. This is cheapening your intimate experience if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't bring you pleasure and vibrancy and in life. You're cheapening your experience, you know. And cheap is not sexy. It's not. I'm sorry. Energetically speaking, it's not sexy. It's not attractive. I'm just throwing it out there. It's not. You know, eat beautiful foods. Make something that is like, I wouldn't necessarily say gourmet, but like very aesthetically pleasing. But when you taste it, it's savory, and this is why, like, one of my favorite dishes is pho, ramen, and I love me some curry, homemade curry. I've had curry at, the restaurants, but I think, homemade curry, oh God, it's just so savory. And it's all the beautiful colors, the turmeric and the curry powder, the peppers, I love it. It's so savory. It's beautiful. And it's, it's not of American culture. It's from some culture. You got Asian curry, you got Indian curry, you got all type of curries, so it makes you feel a little bit more connected to the world outside of you as well. And this is what it is to be like what they call well-cultured. I wouldn't even call myself like well-cultured. I'm just more experienced in a lot of things. And I do tend to get to that point to where I'm highly cultured. But yeah, operas, and those are arts, Like I said, I find beauty in everything. Like, even if I'm not necessarily interested into it, I might like question something or get a little curious about something. Like, that's what makes it beautiful, and I want to learn more about it. But do things that you wouldn't dare do. Like, it's so many beautiful dark-skinned chocolate women that are so afraid of wearing bright colors, and this shit pisses me off every fucking time, because I will recommend them a color, right? Like my aunt, I told her, you would look so gorgeous with this red lipstick. Now, yeah, get a shade that fits you, but no, that wouldn't look right on me. And did you try? Or did you even inquire about finding the shade that'll fit you? It's like every dark-skinned woman I've known is just so afraid of like bright colors. Clothes and, nails and stuff like that. And it's like, I guess, you don't necessarily need to be a skin color to wear something, to wear a color. If that's what makes you feel good, do it, I say. In a healthy way. I wouldn't tell a woman something wrong, If I see that you would look beautiful, bomb.com with it, man, look, tell me. But yeah, there's so much beauty to explore. Like, I can't even fathom like how much beauty it is in this world. There's no lack of it at all whatsoever. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Unfortunately, people sniff out this energy. Most signs that you have a lot of sexual energy, this isn't sensuality or, intimacy, but just sexual energy in its purest, rawest form. From the youngest ages that I can remember, I've been catcalled, harassed, followed, and it's sick. And don't get me wrong, I like the energy. I did, because I was disconnected from myself, so it just felt good to be wanted. you know. It did. It felt good to be wanted. And I never engaged, you know. I was mean as fuck back when I was a kid. I ain't gonna lie. But I just, that is traumatizing. It is. To me, it is. And you got all these energies that just want to take from you, that just want to suck the life out of you and leave, you know. It's, that want to control you and just take, and just sometimes just take it. This is why children must be protected. They must be protected. They have an energy that people want. They have gifts and talents and innocence and rawness, that energy, that life energy that gives other people that good feeling to be around. They want to take that. Some people just, you know, just want to hurt people. It's fucking sick, you know. It's a real, like, disease of the mind. And this energy, not only does it need to be harnessed, but it needs to be protected. Y'all better start praying protection over y'all kids and doing, you know, y'all so afraid of spirituality and shit like that. But I bet you if something that's going to protect your kids and your family, I bet you would do it. If you knew it was potent and you knew that it worked, you would do it. But that's another story for another day. When you understand sexuality and sexual energy, you just, you know, this energy, this potency is supposed to be harnessed and used to magnetize whatever you want in your life. You know, this is exactly what really intimacy is good for. It's good for feeling good. It's good for your health. Shakti energy from your womb space, your sacral chakra, when that is circulated around in your body, that is so good for your health. It gets shit moving. It gets, you know, those stagnant blockages in your body moving and out. And the life force, the feminine energy, is so healing. And when you nurture the feminine energy within you, you are nurturing the goddess, the mother. You are feeding into her and she wants to bless you in return. That magnetism, that ability to pull exactly what you need towards you, you better start using that shit. Stop being stupid. Use that shit. And you shouldn't feel guilty. I used to feel guilty for, you know, having a certain level of seduction and using my God-given rights, using the energy that I have within me to magnetize. I used to feel guilty for it. I used to feel that it was being greedy, or I felt that it was being manipulative, and it's not. It's your God-given right to use the energies that you have within you. Bottom line, this energy is to be cherished by you and those who are around you. I'm telling y'all, start becoming more sexy and beautiful, and watch how your life change. Watch how your money go up. Watch how people want to help you. Watch how you get more creative, which brings more money. Watch just how opportunities come right in front of you. You start getting invited to events more, and this, I'm telling you, become a sexy ass person. This ain't got, I'm telling you, you think that you might need a certain look or a certain this or that. All you got to do is take care of yourself, and you already emit the energy of love, beauty, and sexuality. That's all you need. You just need to emit this energy. It's so attractive. It's so attractive. Usually pretty women don't end up with the finest dude. They usually end up with the most funny looking dude, because it's something about him that is sexy. It's something about him. He has this energy about him, and you can smell it on him. He smell like testosterone. He smells like he knows how to work with his hands. And I'm not talking sexually, nasties. You know, it's something about this man. Same thing for women. You know, make yourself interesting. Make yourself the it girl. Make yourself the standard. Imagine if you were, you know, the princess or the queen of an island, and your big nose that you hate is the beauty standard of that island or the world. What if your flat butt is the standard? I have some homework that I want you to do. I want you all to practice all of those practices starting whenever you see this video. I want you to, let me fix this. Even your self-care routine, put more effort, you know, make some rose water, or, you know, really just like indulge and massage your face when you wash your face, and do it because it feels good. Don't just rush to get the dirt off, you know, just take your time because it feels good, and you're gonna feel rejuvenated and even more refreshed after. I promise. If you really take your time, do these exercises because it's ritualistic. It is important to feed that energy within you, that sexuality within you. It is important to feed and nurture that, to magnetize other things that you want in your life, and to make yourself glow and feel good. And that's really what breeds your confidence. When you feel good and you feel like you can take anything on in the world, and you're nurturing your mind, and you're feeding yourself with those you are statements. You are brilliant, you are kind. I'm telling you, it will change. It will motivate you to want to do more. Expect more from other people, you know. Engage in those exercises, all those things that I've shared with you today. Whatever makes you feel sexy, you know. Pantyhose might make your ass itch. You know, I don't fucking know. You can put on thigh garlands underneath your dresses and nobody has to know. Or you can wear, you know, skimpy dresses and show the thigh garland if you're that bold. You know, I would, but you know, everybody's not up to that. But that's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. It could be something simple as, you know, taking a warm bath and just really just feeding yourself with those you are statements, and putting rose petals in the tub with some candles lit, and really like massaging your skin and feeling yourself, you know, paying attention to all the hairs on your body, the smoothness, the cracks, the imperfections, you know. Show them some love too. I hope you all got a lot out of this video today, because I gave y'all a lot. I really did. I really put y'all on, because it's an epidemic of people that are miserable, you know, and it's making them ugly. So on that note, everybody, I'm gonna leave you all to your homework, and drop in the comments your experiences, any epiphanies that you may have had, any blockages that have cleared your body, any fears that may have came up from you being scared to try these practices, the critical voices in your head that you hear of people telling you that's not gonna look right on you, or that's stupid, why would you do something like that, or this or that. I want to hear it all. This is a safe space. So on that note, everybody, good night. Have a sexy, intimate, nurturing night. All right, bye.